who's touching me? All of them.
One struggle, one fight. We support SAG-AFTRA strike. One struggle, one fight. We support SAG-AFTRA strike. One struggle, one fight. We support SAG-AFTRA strike. One struggle, one fight. We support SAG-AFTRA strike.
The AMPTP, what they are, I don't hate them. They're like toddlers. So you gotta show them, you gotta say no. And they brag like toddlers. They have these earnings calls and they talk about these subscriber numbers and these blockbuster numbers. Then we ask for a nickel and they're like, oh no, we don't have any. Well, which one is true? We know which one is true. We're gonna win. That's what's gonna happen. You silly little toddlers. You're welcome. You're welcome. We win and they win. It's fantastic. Everybody's going to win. I love it.
He's playing a reasonable part in the TV show, and he's on what they call a supporting artist contract. Now, I don't know what that means, a supporting artist contract, but it seems to cover a multitude of sins in relationship to the artist. And it seems to be an endless diminution of who we are as artists by these contracts, which don't make any sense as far as I'm concerned. But the horrible thing was that what he said was about the whole business of artificial intelligence. And he was told in no unfirm terms that they would keep his image and do what they like with it. Now that is a completely unacceptable position. And that is the position that we should be really fighting against. Because that is the worst aspect. The wages are one thing, but the worst aspect is the whole idea of AI and what AI can do to us.
If being poorer makes you better at your job, then sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. So Bob Iger, on $76,000 a day, when we make you a bit poorer, are you going to be better at your bloody job?
Paul Fleming, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Wait tables and it had to happen. It's been brewing for such a long time now.
You know, everyone is very angered by the disrespect shown to writers, actors, storytellers, artists. It's come to a point where it's no longer acceptable. This is the first time, obviously, that SAG has gone on strike with the Writers' Union for many years, and that equity have come out. The fact that equity have come out and supported as well in this country is amazing, and hopefully together it's going to provide a very, kind of indefatigable force that's going to take us over the line.
You know, we always get what I call the tap end of the bar, as far as that's concerned. But residuals allow you to pay for your health. And that's why it's so important for the American actor and the American writer. I wish the American directors understood that as well. They did not come out and support, and I'm extremely annoyed with the DGA for them not coming out in support of the action. Because initially, I'm really more concerned about the AI situation, so I'm more concerned about supporting actors on that front, and also the writers, because without writers we're nothing. You know, we can't do anything. And somebody said we're just like pieces of furniture without writers. And we need the writers. And when they start getting at the writers, they're getting at the very fundament of what we do.
I'd say please come back to the table. Please be realistic. Please have a little bit more socialism in your heart. And think about the people that make the money for you. Do you know what I mean? There's a reason these people are enjoying massive profits. There's a reason why studio heads are earning 300 times more than the lowest paid worker at some studios. It's because they're making massive amount of money. And the fact that they don't want to reveal their numbers to us, they don't want to reveal their viewing figures, is just kind of indicative of that, you know? It's because we'd see that they're making an enormous amount of money. Now, it just needs to be redistributed a bit more fairly.
So many people who in this profession are suffering without any
cause other than the people are exploiting them and profiting off their own creative talent by not enabling them to have a living wage. 87% of SAG-AFTRA members, from when I was reading the content of this early on as the strike began, 87% were not able to earn in 1 year enough to qualify for their own health insurance. That's unacceptable when you've got heads of streaming services and studios making profits of hundreds of millions of dollars that are effectively being stolen out of the hands of the people who are creating this content that the audience wants.
Well, when you have billionaire bosses on tens of thousands of dollars a day, sometimes it takes a long strike to make them listen. Actors are quite used to being out of work. That is part of the way in which they operate. A boss is going to be used to having film and TV productions shut down increasingly worldwide the longer this drags on. It's a question about whether they're prepared to be reasonable and come to the table.